Okay, you are live. And then let me go and find the opening chat. It's called video clips opening chat. Intro to Victor's Villas. Opening countdown. Nobody watching yet. One person watching. Good. One person's watching. I don't know if they can hear me. Oh, two now. Okay. Heyo. Heyo. Okay. So we'll be starting shortly. I hope you all can hear me. Um, Yay. Oh my gosh. Wow. Wait. See, this is a good time to live stream because I don't get 13 when I do it at night. No, that's great. That's terrific. I forgot how much numbers I get doing this. Okay, so let me see where the opening is. Is it under streaming? Oh, there we go. Oh. Hello, hello. You're seeing the wonderful side of a building. Oh my God, where is it? Where is it? It's called it opening. I got to put these all on the same. Oh my gosh, where is it? Okay. Vista? No. Here we go. We're starting soon. Opening chat. There we go.
Don't want to leave? Want to live at Disney World? Let's make it a realty reality. Everything from Dr. Phillips to Davenport, Claremont to Kissimmee, Winter Garden or Windermere, and Disney's own Celebration and Golden Oak. I'm Realtor Victor Naraki, and this is Disney at your doorstep. Hey, how are you people? Well, here we are at the fabulous Celebration McDonald's with a double drive-through. And then there's our 7-Eleven. Okay, so these are actually new. These are only in the last 2 years. They've had this, and over in front of me are the apartment complexes, which I almost lived in when I was waiting for my house to be built, but then I decided not to. And down this way, right here, is the heart of Celebration. We're going to visit there later after we're done with the house tour of the new side of Celebration called Island Village. And I'm too far over on one side right now. The poor guy behind me. Okay, so right here is the entrance to Celebration off of the I-4. But this is World Drive right in front of me. And World Drive takes you right into Disney World. That's one thing that I loved about living here is in 12 minutes, I was door to door. Okay, 12 minutes door to door. So this is World Drive right here. Takes you right into Disney World. This area is one of the closest to Disney World. So is Winter Garden, and where my cameraman Kevin lives right now. And he just came here from New Hampshire. This is the Celebration sign that has like the worst history in the world. We'll talk about that one day. It's pretty sad. We're just past the new grocery store plaza that is just started. They just started building. They're just breaking ground. And here is the Celebration High School, which I'll tell you is highly rated. I don't like to give ratings of schools, but I will tell you it's highly rated and you should research it yourself. So here we're going into the little roundabout. Now, one thing I want to mention to you about Island Village, okay, is this is the only road in. And notice that there's going to be 1,000 properties in here. So imagine 1,000 people coming in and out, maybe 2 cars per family, maybe leaving 3 times a day. That's not a high amount of traffic, but at 8 o'clock and 5 o'clock and 3 o'clock, it will be. So I think they needed another entrance. They did not build one, but it is so beautiful. I wish I could slow down and take a nice look at this entrance here to Island Village. This is the latest, and as far as I know, going to have to be the last development in Celebration. But it's really beautiful. I mean, they've been talking about this last development for probably, maybe 10 years before it really started. 2008, that really held off production and building, and then finally they got bids on it. And the builder that's building in here, I've sold 3 homes from this builder, and my customers seem to be very happy with them. 1 is a townhome, 2 were single family homes. So my customers have been very happy with this builder. Now, I will tell you, they're not willing to work with realtors right now. So if you work with me, you're going to have to pay a 2%, which is very minimal, increased fee. I'm just going to say that once. Or maybe by the time you're ready to build, they have realized how important we are to their success. But here we are. They have single family homes and townhomes. Now, the townhomes are in the 400s. And that may seem like a lot, but in comparison to what else is out there in the marketplace to be in Celebration, I think it's very reasonable. So there's 1,000 homes going to be built here. But one thing I think is very telling is that they actually have inventory. And the reason probably is because they're not working with realtors. So they actually have some units that are unspoken for, that they're already started in production, but they haven't got a built buyer for them. Okay, so we're gonna go right here and squeeze in and step on the plants. Okay, so I'm gonna run in. Do we have any questions yet?
I'm not seeing anything. Maybe I'm.
Yeah, we do. Okay, you click on comments right there.
Yeah.
Okay, and then my first time watching your live streams came here from Resort TV 1. I have a question. What's the price range for homes in Celebration? Okay, so that's a very good question. And thank you for coming here from Resort TV 1. The price range in Celebration on condos is going to be in the 350s to 500s. On townhomes, I'd say about the 400s to the 600s. And on single family homes, you're going to start in the 500s. A lot of it has to do with the fact that the name brand recognition of Celebration, the location of Celebration, and more importantly, the design of Celebration. It has the old town quaint design. It's modeled after the buildings pre-World War II. So it really was developed to be special. So unfortunately, that's reflected in the prices too. Okay, good. That's the only question. Oh, what are the single family homes going for? I'll tell you shortly. It's going to be in the 500s. Okay, so I'm going to run ahead, just take a look around.
Yeah. So, having been somebody who just recently moved here, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask, and I'll try to answer the best I can.
Yeah.
I moved into Winter Garden, which is actually the Horizon West area of Winter Garden. My wife runs WDW Travels. There's Victor. He's going to go get some information for us, and we're going to take a walk through and a tour. But if you have any questions, definitely feel free to ask. I'll just walk around this area right here so you can see. I do like some of the nice little touches that they've added in here, like these little light poles. You know, it's very unique. Everything in here seems like it's very unique. Winter Garden. Let's see. Yeah, so Winter Garden from WDW is, I'm about 15 minutes to 20 minutes roughly. From Universal, I'm probably more like 30 minutes, depending on time of day, traffic lights, all of that stuff. Yeah. Orlando, like where the outlets are. I think we actually drove out there yesterday, and I want to say it was about 18 minutes. So not too bad. Yeah, you can see they're developing this whole area over here. Traffic on east side of I-4. Let's see. How bad is traffic on the east side of I-4 as opposed to the west side? Well, that's a good question. I mean, my personal opinion, because I've driven both sides. I'm more predisposed to the west side of I-4. I like the west side of I-4. I like a lot of things about the west side of I-4. If you live in Celebration and you're a Disney fanatic, you don't have to deal with I-4. You know, you don't really have to deal with I-4 in general if you don't want to. I mean, there are ways around I-4 for sure. Here's Victor. He's back with us.
How are you? So where are we right now? Okay.
Oh, we were just. They were asking me some questions about traffic and I-4 and all that. And yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it can be. It can be. See, now where I live. I'm rarely on the I-4. Rarely. When I am, I know when to avoid it. And if I'm on for just a few miles, it's fine. But if I lived in Apopka or something like that,
yeah,
and had to go down to Davenport, well, that would be a little difficult. So, where I am in Winter Garden, and here, when I lived here, I'd rarely get on the 4.
Yeah.
It does have traffic, but I find it's only for a few miles. You know, sometimes when I have to go to Dr. Phillips, I may take the 4 up. And I don't really acknowledge it as traffic, but I lived in Los Angeles for 14 years, so what I think of traffic is not what you think of traffic. So.
I can tell you, coming here from New Hampshire, New Hampshire is not even comparable. It's very, very low traffic compared to here. Yeah. If you're used to traffic. Right, yeah, and if you're used to southern New Hampshire traffic, like Nashua, Concord, even down into Boston, if you're used to that, then this is really, you can manage this all day long.
Yeah. Now they actually have some townhomes that are going to be available in October, November, February, March.
So we're going to go and hit a couple of them to show you what they're like. I'll wait on this one because I love the end porch and I want to save the best for last. But there's 4 of them here. So let's see.
Andres Beer says, "Good evening, Victor." Good evening, wherever you are. Good evening, good afternoon.
Okay, they don't have any information, but let's skip the end. Let's go to an Amelia. Okay, now these are ranging in the 430s. Okay, so let's go and look. They've got a nice.
Again, this is called the Illusion.
Yeah.
Illusion. I just want to get the name on here for people to see. Okay.
Okay. So.
Oh, this is nice.
Yeah.
This is very nice.
Now, a townhome like this in a different community would probably be starting in the 3s. Here, it's going to be starting in the 4s because it's celebration. So around this area, I could probably, get you something for $70,000, $80,000 less, but it won't be celebration. And I think that's the key to this whole area here is its celebration. The thing is that the negative about it is that it is a good mile or 2 miles from the center of Celebration Town. Did you see something on me?
No.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
What you got?
Woo, wait. Florida bug.
Yeah, let's get a close-up, Victor. No.
So we're going to take this intermission to make sure this Florida bug goes safely on his way.
Back to Florida.
Back to, there we go. Because we do not kill the life in Florida unless we have a good poison.
Sure.
Okay, so you're paying, in a nutshell, this is a premium price for a premium location. But I've sold models like this in other communities, and they were significantly less, and not too much further from Disney. So you have the living room here. You're going to have your kitchen here, this is a significantly good-sized kitchen. Where's the pantry? I'm seeing these for the first time myself. Ooh, okay. So here is. Let's go out on the lanai.
A nice little bookshelf there.
So what? Madame always puts a drop zone in their homes.
Oh, this is nice.
Make sure that doesn't lock you.
Oh yeah. Then we got to climb up.
Well, now.
Yeah.
Obviously, when you have a townhouse, you don't get a really good nature view. And I think it's one of the things you give up. And if you're coming to Florida because you like the Florida feel and you want the view, it's probably better to go for a single-family house.
Yeah, I mean the views. I live in a townhome, and the views are kind of stunted. But it is what it is.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but you don't have the maintenance. You don't have to worry about plumbing.
Right.
And here's a nice 2-car garage. Nothing to see here. Let's move on. Okay. Back door open. One thing I like about some of the new construction, as opposed to like my home, when I bought my home, it did not come with a security system. I had to pay $1,500 to wire it up, then another $1,000 for all the equipment to come in. And a lot of these homes, if they will include it. So that's like $2,500 that you can save by having it already put in. Any comments yet?
Let's see. We've got Susan Anselmo. Says, my family is seriously considering moving to Celebration. Our plan is to visit in September to explore the area and job prospects. What are your suggestions for someone like us?
Yeah, let's sit down for a second if you have time. Okay, so here's what I would suggest. First of all, the job is very significant because if you're changing careers, you're going to have to talk to a lender. And a lender is the one that's going to stop you from buying, not a realtor like me. So a lender is going to help make sure that you get the loan to secure your home. If you're paying cash, score. But if you're not and you need a lender, he's going to tell you what things to look out for. Now, one thing that people do is if they're transferring jobs, and I've had customers do this, is that they'll say, well, it's going to be a second home. And then maybe a year down the line, they switch and they sell their home. So it depends on your own individual finances. And if you're changing types of jobs, that can be significant. And if you're changing, where your income's from, that can be significant.
So like, in other words, if you work in sales,
and yeah,
you want to stay in a sales job.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. And that's what most lenders will tell you. And it also depends on your financing. If you're putting 50% down, if you're putting, but if you're putting 20% down and, you've got to come up with the loan for the rest, they're going to be looking at your job history. Okay. So when you said looking at jobs, you want to I've had a lot of customers change jobs when they move here and there's no problem, but they stayed in the same profession. Maybe the wife got a different type of job than usual, but usually it's fine. But I'm not the one that's going to decide that. The lender is. So I have some good lenders that I can recommend. I have 3 that have come through for me every time.
And actually, if you guys go to celebratingflorida.com and you click on the lenders section down at the bottom of the homepage, there's actually a section there that will give you his mortgage brokers that he recommends. You can go there, click on any of them, call them, email them.
Yeah, because the thing is, I can tell you what other buyers have done, but I don't want to give you bad advice, and I don't want to give you lending advice. So I always say talk to the lender first. Absolutely, talk to the lender before you talk to because the lender is the person who's going to tell you how to stay within your budget. And right now the interest rates are extremely low. Now the other thing is if you buy new construction, it's always a good idea to get pre-approved with that builder. And the reason is because they take that pre-approval as gospel, because they know that it's gone through the required checkpoints to make sure that it's a strong offer. When it isn't, sometimes it goes, and I've seen this happen where my customer put in a lower offer and the 2 offers ahead of them, which were significantly higher, 10 and 12% higher, dropped off because they didn't use the builder's lender.
Speaking of building, we actually have a question from C-Spren, who says,
yes, community, by the way, rest of Celebration is electric.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
So C-Spren says, what if I want to build a house in Celebration? Would you summarize what that would entail? And would it be cheaper to build a house anywhere else that's not Celebration?
First of all, you're not going to find any empty lots in Celebration that you can build on as an individual unless you buy a house and tear it down, which I have not seen done yet in Celebration. It's probably due for it now that the home values are going up. But so I would say no, you have to go through this builder to build a new home. Outside of Celebration, yes, there are some lands that you can buy. You have to have a feasibility study have been completed on the land. Most people are selling the land will have it. If they don't have it, they're not going to pay for it, so that you can do it. They're just going to say, if the land's the land, take it or leave it. And I've seen that, and it disturbs me because what I feel is that obviously people are buying the land to build a house on it, but maybe they did a feasibility study and they weren't happy with what they saw. So I like to see a study on the land. I would suggest that here, unless you're looking for acres and acres of land, which there are some places that have that, near Disney, I would suggest working with a builder, but call me first.
32 people watching. Please share this out to your groups, your Disney fan groups.
Yes.
And hi, Brandy. I did see that. We're going to wander upstairs and check this out.
And check these out right now.
Now, is this a 2-bedroom again? 3-bedroom? I couldn't remember.
Let me see. I'll check this out. Okay. We're in the Aleutian. Oh, wow. It's a 3-bedroom.
Yeah. I love the tall ceilings. That's one thing that I can say about since we moved here. I've noticed a lot of these builds have tall ceilings.
Yeah, and it's one thing when you're building your home, sometimes that's an extra charge. Not on a townhouse, they're going to be determined already. But when you're building new construction, sometimes they will charge you more for higher ceilings. It's well worth it. I wish I had done it. Even though I'm short, I feel a little claustrophobic in my house. So you've got 2 bedrooms here, a shared bath, and then the master over here.
Here, let me get some. We got some nice closet space in here.
Okay.
Standard.
Yep.
The bathroom. Yeah.
And this is the primary bedroom. So for a townhouse, this is pretty good. Take a quick look at that, and then we'll run to the next model. Any questions?
We're getting, so I'm having a hard time getting that squared away. Another question. C-Sprint says, another question is it cheaper to buy land and build a house than to buy an already built house and do renovations?
Oh, buy and build, or it really depends on what you're looking at. You're not comparing apples to oranges. I would say that building a house from scratch is very, very expensive. You're going to have to find a builder, and they're only building one house.
Mm-hmm.
That's why builders build 200 houses at once.
Yep.
Because it's cheaper to do that if they're building, So I would say renovate, put in double pane windows, put in the insulation that you need, and because older homes from 2009 and older won't have double pane windows, and that will save you a lot of money.
We got another question here, Victor, actually. What are let me show this bathroom real quick. What are the HOA fees like in Celebration?
Well, here, for example, they're a little different than the rest of the community. I actually feel that when I was living in Celebration, my HOA fees were very reasonable. Now, in the rest of Celebration, you pay about $270 a quarter for each property, and then you pay a CDD fee on your taxes. And all in all, for me, it came out to $150 a month. Now here, it's going to be about $330 a month for the townhomes and the single-family homes. So just so $330 a month, which is fairly reasonable
That's yeah, from what I've seen.
from in comparison to other communities. But I actually think that Celebration itself, the established side of Celebration is actually very reasonable in their HOA fees for the single family homes. The condos are a little pricey. Because like I was looking at a condo the other day and they were saying $500 a month HOA fee in Celebration. So let's go over to another model of the townhome. That's a very good question. And I will tell you, sometimes you'll look online and you'll see the HOA fees and they're a joke. Because the agent didn't make the phone call. Like tomorrow I have to call about one of the communities to confirm their HOA fees because the listing agent didn't bother to really do their research.
Got another question from Lorraine Neppel. She says, you said it's 1 to 2 miles away from the hub of Celebration.
Yeah.
Are there sidewalks to the Celebration Town Center from this area?
They're supposed to be. I haven't seen it yet. They haven't built them.
That's a good question.
There's supposed to be a Celebration has about 8 miles of walking trails, and there is supposed to be a walking trail that connects, but it hasn't been built yet. This area isn't going to be really built out for several years. So who knows when they're going to finish that. Personally, I think these homes are beautiful, but I think for me, I'm not buying in Celebration and then not having Celebration at my fingertips. But it's still a beautiful, beautiful community. So here we have the Amelia. This is 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. Now, an Amelia goes in the 430s, and they have one available. They have 2 available that are in the 430s. So everything you see here should be in the Amelia.
Everything you see here is with this model. Okay. So this is standard.
Mm-hmm. This layout I like a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Because you've got this big slider right here. This is a lot more open than the other one is. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. And you've got your quartz countertops, gas range.
Nice colors. Yeah. They should have arranged that as a Mickey head. Look at that.
What?
They should have. They could have.
They could have easily. They lost them. They lost the Mickey opportunity.
That's a great little lanai right there. Actually, it's not little. That's a good size lanai.
It makes the way it's laid out. It makes it feel much more open to have it this way. I actually like this one much better than the prior one. This is the Amelia model.
We got another. C-Sparron says, I personally wouldn't want to live in an HOA community. I've heard so many horror stories about it. LOL. Then she says, what about public transportation such as buses? Are there any buses for any of the communities you work with?
Okay, I just had to deal with this with a customer who was disabled. And there is a links system that you can call once you're registered. If you're over 80, you don't have to register. But if you're disabled, you just give them proof of your disability, and they will come and pick you up. And it's a very minor fee. It's like I looked at it, and it was like half of what an Uber would be.
Wow.
So it was like they were saying like $4. So it's links system, LYNX. If you look it up, Links Orlando. Also, regarding HOA fees, can you give me a second to be sarcastic? Good luck not finding a place that does not have an HOA around here.
Right.
Now,
Right.
honestly,
It's unfortunate, but it's true.
Every home that I have sold has had an HOA. I have not sold one yet that hasn't had an HOA. The lowest HOA price was $35 a month. The highest one was probably around the 300s. So yeah, they all have HOA fees. There's one community called Indian Creek, which has an HOA fee that is, which is not mandatory, which is bizarre to me. I mean, so nobody pays it. But yeah, they all have an HOA fee. For the most part, it's not that you can't find one without, but in fact, that's one that that did not have an HOA fee. So I'm going to correct myself. Only one did not have an HOA fee. Yeah, it's Indian Creek. It's a nice community. I've sold twice in there.
She did say, she said, oh, I have autism, able to live by myself, but can't drive at all because it goes major anxiety. Yeah.
Look into that, because what they told me they will do, and I went online and I will send you what this lady who uses it told me about the Orlando Lynx system. She calls ahead, she makes her appointment, but you get in trouble with them if you don't show up. So you have to, it's sort of like a reservation at a restaurant. You have to call and cancel if you're not showing up.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, and they will come and pick you up and drive you to where I haven't used it yet and haven't, but yes, it's supposed to, from this lady's perspective who uses it for her mother, it's a very good system. Let's run upstairs and take a look at the 3-bedroom. Now, in these townhomes, there's no like loft space, but here's your laundry room. But oh, I love this one much better than the other one. Look at this. Oh my God, 2 closets. Primary bedroom.
Wow.
And I love the cabinets in here too. Really nice.
Yeah, the color. I like the color of those cabinets.
Yeah, this is beautiful. This is great.
No, it's okay.
But I love this dual closets right here. This is a real selling point for me. And you have like
If my wife is watching, here's one, and this one's mine. It's like a shoebox compared to the other one.
Yeah.
All right, I've got a couple questions, couple things going on here. Sorry, I'm going to go in reverse on this. Mm-hmm. I've got Gary Reichel says, Gary says, hi, Victor. Some homes say they have public city sewers and others say they have septic tanks. And
yeah,
are there any advantages to having a septic tank? Because they sound like they would be hard to maintain.
I had a septic tank in Rhode Island, and I didn't find it hard to maintain at all. You have to have someone come out and look at it. You have to, you always see those ads for Ridex. Honestly, that stuff is fantastic. You just pour it in there once a month. I used to keep it on my toilet, in the back of the toilet, and the first of the month I pour a little in, and actually so I don't think it's a big ordeal, because if it was, people wouldn't buy homes with them. Around here, there's not a lot of homes with septic tanks, especially the new construction.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I've got another comment from Stuck in the 80s. Says, I think having an HOA fee is good for a community. Mm-hmm. It means the neighborhood will not be neglected and certain standards must be maintained. I kind of tend to agree with that a little bit. Yeah, especially down here. I really agree with that.
A lot of people here will have, next door to you, will have a second home. And maybe they're from Brazil and they just come here a couple months out of the year. Well, you want to know that their house is maintained when they're not there. And if it's not maintained, they get a fine. So And also when landscaping is included, when pools are included, things like that, and when a gate is included, well, you don't want to pay for that one, by yourself. So you're paying it with sharing the expenses with other people. So sometimes it's a pain because like mine is like $75 a month, and I don't use the community pool, and I'm only one person. Now here's where I think you get a bargain. When you're a family and you're 5 people, you got 3 kids, you got a husband and wife, and they're all using the facilities. So if they were paying $75 a month, I'd say, score, you just saved a fortune. I'm one person, I'm paying $75 a month. It kind of is like, well,
So I will.
Jack and Jill Bath. I love Jack and Jill Bath.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
Love that.
So I've got one more from DVC fam. They
yes.
say, I know we're in celebration today, but have you heard anything anything happening at Oasis? Models, pricing?
Yes and no.
Yeah.
We're going, if you're registered with them, I don't know if you're registered with them. If you're not registered with them, you should be, and send me your information. Here's the thing with them. There is such high demand that you have to be registered, and you have to be registered properly. And to be registered properly, I was told, I'll tell you later. Here's the thing. They're not going to
She says, they say, I am.
Good. They're not going to tell them that you're buying immediately. Not that you're going to buy in 2 years, because they're not interested in those people. They're going to call the people who want to move in right away. Okay. So the other thing is, I would suggest is get to know the models, because they have the same models over at Del Webb Sunbridge, and that are going to be at this community as well. I don't think there's a lot of new models, and I would get to know those. You're going to be 2 minutes from Disney World. This is the closest community to Disney World. If you looked at my video that you'll see at oasis.vjnhomes.com, you'll see that it's 2 minutes and you're in Disney World. And for someone who wants the grandkids to visit, that's where you move.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. That's the one that's right down the street from me. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
Yep.
Right down the street. So it is 2 minutes from the entrance to Disney World.
Mm-hmm.
Every builder will tell you they're 25 minutes from Disney World, they're 10 minutes from Disney World. They're all underestimating. Mm-hmm. This one is 2 minutes, that's it.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm just walking through.
Good. Enjoy yourself. I'm walking through myself. Okay, now we're going to hit the last townhouse, and then we'll be on to the single family. Hey. Me too.
Oh, good.
Okay. All right. Oh, it's a beautiful day, and it's going to rain. This is what 56% chance of rain looks like in Florida.
Yep.
I love when you look at, when you're visiting and they say, oh, there's a chance of rain, the chance of thunderstorms.
Yeah.
And everybody goes, oh, no, there's always a chance of thunderstorm.
Yeah, 50% chance of rain down here is,
this is what it looks
it means you'll get a 2 or 3 o'clock shower, and that's about it,
Yeah,
usually.
exactly.
Usually.
So I love having a little patio in front, especially when you have a townhouse and you really don't see out. So that's a very nice feature to have. But so let's go over here. Oh, so this is nice. This is nice. It's really nice in here. It's nice. Okay, this is like a home. And this is like the one next door where you had the openness. This is the benefit of having a side or end unit. Now these units go for, let's talk about this. Anastasia. These are in the high 400s, in the 470s.
Nice pantry.
Yeah, this one has a nice pantry. The other ones had a pantry that was off in the middle of nowhere. So
Yeah.
let me just look for real quick. So this is 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. Does anybody have any questions at this point?
We've got, let's see. Okay, DVC fam says, I'm ready to buy now.
Good.
All right. Peggy Blank says, hello, Victor.
Hey, Peggy, how are you?
She says, Vic, you need a wireless mic. He literally just said that to me in the car.
I'm going to be getting one soon. I have to try them out. I usually don't do this. I usually do this where I'm holding the phone.
Right.
So, yes, I need a wireless mic.
We'll try to get closer to Victor so you can hear him. I know he likes to keep me at a distance.
Yes, yes. I love this. This is the benefit of having an end unit. It really, if you're buying, it really is worth it to me to say, get an end unit because you get this open air. Imagine this in a rainstorm would be awesome.
Oh my God, look at this.
And then you just screen this off. This is beautiful.
Hey, Heather, we're moving.
Yeah.
This is nice.
Yeah, that's the benefit of an end unit. And sometimes they have end units and they put these big fences up, and I don't like that.
And this is totally covered. I know you guys can't see this, but it's totally covered out here.
And you put a nice ceiling fan, and you're done. It's beautiful. Beautiful. And then you go, look at this. I love this. Okay, let's go ahead. Okay, I'll try to stay closer to the phone. Do we have any questions right now?
Let's see, what do we got? Peggy just says, always an end unit.
Yeah, honestly, if you're buying, it's just the benefit of it.
I like the end unit.
And you know what? When the end units, you only have one neighbor on the side to you as opposed to 2 neighbors sandwiched between the 2. So let's go hit the 2nd floor and then we'll go see some single family homes. So if you want to buy here, you have to call me. Honestly, just, and as I said earlier, they're not working with realtors right now, so don't sign in here until you talk to me.
Call Victor.
Call me. But honestly, if you need to buy right away, you're crazy. Anyways, wait. Anyways, a nice bathroom here. I do like the way they did this floor. I don't know if this is standard or not, because this is really nice. And then you have a bedroom here that they're using as an office. Oh, see this I think this is nice. Look at this. This is so awesome.
Oh, wow. Very nice.
Yeah. Now this doesn't have the 2 walk-in closets that the other one did. I like that the other one had 2 walk-in closets. This one does not have the extra closet.
But it does have this.
Yes. Watch here. It's a little buggy out here. They really should keep this clean. That's not the focus on. Yeah, they really should keep this clean. But so this is the last townhouse that we're going to look at. These sell in the. Let's get the prices here.
Peggy says, nice balcony.
I know these are in the 470s.
She's looking for a single story.
Single story. Okay. In here they have single stories in the single family homes. But we don't have a model that we can look at, but I can show you that they're building them over here. So let's see.
Questions right now? Let's see. I've got Nora Christine says, "Are there any homes in Celebration for under 450,000?"
Not in single-family homes, no. Not right now that I've seen. I have a couple customers looking, and no. But outside of Celebration, yes, you could definitely find a single-family home for under 450.
What about Winter Garden? Could you find anything there?
Yeah, you could find a couple. There are a couple. They're about under 2,000 square feet, I'd say. Waterloo has some. Yeah, there's a few. There's a few. The prices, to be honest with you, the prices have been going insane.
Mm-hmm.
I thought when the pandemic started that they were going to go, that I wasn't going to sell anything for a year, and this has been my busiest year, which I'm happy about, but I'm also not happy about because I really want people to get great deals. Still, in comparison to other areas, I still think there's some great opportunities around here. I like resales right now. For example, I saw in Windermere and Winter Garden some really nice homes under 400. They needed a little work, but people were passing them up because they were going to new construction. So you have to remember with a resale home, I like resales built after 2009 because of the double pane windows. You have to remember to look at the roof, the condition of the roof, and the condition of the air conditioner. But if you've got somewhere where they've replaced the roof and they've replaced the air conditioner, score. But then again, you got to look at the double pane windows. Is it, do they have double pane windows? Because I will tell you, my single family home, which is bigger than my home that I had in Celebration, the electricity bills have been lower in my bigger home because I have double pane windows. And I'm also now because I'm going, wow, this is a great electric bill. I'm lowering and lowering conditioner.
Low in the air conditioning temperature?
Yeah, I'm making it 75. Woo-hoo-hoo. It's like chili. I can freeze meat.
Seasburner wants to know if you also like if you also do Champions Gate. Not if you like it, if you do it.
I do Champions Gate. Champions Gate is not an incorporated section. It depends on what you're looking at. Now, Champions Gate is a high, when we say avoid the high traffic areas. I lived in Champions Gate when my house was being built because I sold my house so quickly. And to go to Disney, I ended up sitting in traffic for 15 minutes. It was not pleasant.
Yeah, that can be a good 15 minutes worth of traffic anyway. It depends on, I think it depends on the person, but yeah, 15 minutes.
Yeah, 15 minutes just stuck. Now, here's the thing. What you do is you go up to 27.
Yeah.
You avoid it. But if hello, how are you? This is beautiful. Now this is level 1 cabinetry. It's not high level cabinetry, but it's still beautiful. And this is quartz. So
that is quartz. Yeah.
Quartz. If you're spending the money on granite, go with quartz. Always my suggestion because granite. I was just in a house the other day. You can't put a hot pot on it, and if you do, it can permanently damage it.
Mm.
So it's not good for like a rental. And then you've got to replace it for $5,000. So it goes $6,000. But even with my quartz, I still put it on the tree. Okay, so we're gonna go look at some. Now let's take a look at some of the ones they're building.
Yeah, it's the wind that throws the microphone a little, I think.
Oh, okay.
That's where the lab mic would come in handy.
Yeah. So this is one of the things that I love about Celebration. areas. And you don't find that in a lot of other communities. All throughout Celebration, parks and bench areas. And we're going to drive through Celebration, and I'll point out.
I got 2 questions, Victor.
Yeah,
I'm gonna bring the camera up closer to you so they can hear.
And yes, and they get this beautiful view.
CB,
what are you laughing about?
CNB from CT says, "Hi, Victor. What highway can be seen from the porch?"
That's the 4. Look at it right now. Look at that right now.
I don't know how much they can see, but
if you could see this, it is bumper to bumper.
Stand still.
It really is. Now, I always say, if you're working far away and you have to take the 4, it's going to be bumper to bumper.
Yeah.
But like for me, like I said earlier, if I'm only in it for a couple of miles, it doesn't bother me. This is from this traffic is usually from exit 62 to like 58 and 55. So you get in this bumper to bumper traffic right here. Yeah, it does happen.
Now I'm gonna say I haven't, like you said earlier, you just don't get in it very often, and there are ways around it.
Depends on where you work.
Right.
Depends on where you work. So, like for me, when I'm going from here to my house in Winter Garden, I go through Disney.
Yeah. Why would you go any other way?
But also, I don't work a 9-to-5 job.
Right.
But that's Sunday. That's Sunday traffic.
Now I've got Seaspring says, okay, because for a while I was looking into gate apartments. I suppose you do apartments, but I looked at a map of how far they are from Disney. They claim a few minutes away. And I think maybe that's in reference to like the lakes at Lakeside, that kind of thing. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I don't do rentals.
Yeah.
And I'll give you the real reason why I don't do rentals. I don't get paid. Okay. So, and it doesn't help you to have me do your rental. I will advise you till I'm blue in the face of where to go. But when it comes down to it, if I call that rental agency, they don't return my phone call because they don't want to pay me. So I'll just give you the name, go direct, and if you're ever going to buy, call me. Because they don't return my phone calls. So I'm like, well, what are you doing, So anyway, so that's my story, and I'm sticking to it because honestly, it doesn't help you. So this happened to me when I was renting a property in Massachusetts. I couldn't get anybody to help me look. So I'm like, because you have to go to a person who specializes in rentals. So I was like going, why are you only showing me these 2 places that don't have a garage? And because you need a garage when you're living in Massachusetts, because you're going to go out to your car and it's all covered in snow.
So, yeah.
It doesn't happen here. We don't get snow on our cars. Just a little thing that I've discovered.
Yeah. little perk. Nora Christine says, "Can you see the I-4 eyesore? LOL. Where are you now?" Okay, so we're heading to the single family homes.
So the single family homes don't in the heart of it. No, you don't see it. And this is going to go deeper in. Also, they're planning a grade school that's going to be in this area.
Oh wow.
But one of the things I say is if it isn't built yet, it doesn't exist, and you don't know when it's going to come. I like communities that are towards the end of their construction rather than in the beginning like this, because if, God forbid, I lived through 2008, it's like living through the Depression. You see what can happen. If they're not finished, they're not finishing. I never know. I always like to be in communities that are towards the end of construction. Like in mine, I was one of the last houses to be built. So I knew they're finishing. Here, who knows what 5 years from now tells? We don't know. So I like to be in the end of construction rather than in the beginning, so because it's just safer.
you know.
Peggy wants to know,
Peggy!
do any of these have masters in the downstairs area?
This one we're going into, yes.
This one does? Okay.
Yeah, this one I believe does.
Peggy, you're in luck.
So we're going into the Merit.
The Merit. This is the Merit. 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath. 3,208 square feet.
But we don't have prices on these. These are going to be in the 700s. So here we go.
It's a nice outside porch on this. Very nice.
This is beautiful.
Very nice.
So here's the primary bedroom downstairs. And it's right off. This is something I love. It's right off the patio. I've been in here before. But having a master down is a really sought after feature. It's surprising to me that they don't build a lot of models with it.
That is nice. Sorry, I found an AC vent. I'm just going to stay here for a minute.
Let's go out this way because you don't want to interrupt the other people. And then this bedroom has, this would be classified as a bedroom because it has a closet, but they're using it as an office, and it has an attached or nearby full bathroom. That's nice. How long have we been broadcasting for?
We've been on for an hour and 2 minutes. We've got 30 people watching.
We're going to go to one more home after this.
I got 2 questions.
Sure.
I got Mickey.
Sure. Let's go out on the lanai. What is the lanai? It's a patio. Oh, Mr. Fancy Schmancy. If you watch the pilot of the Golden Girls, Sophia goes, "What is a lanai?" And he goes, "It's the patio." Then why don't you just call it that? You have to be Mr. Fancy Schmancy.
Mickey Pooh says, we have been watching Victor for a few months. We just created a YouTube account so we could better support Victor by liking and commenting. Very
Mickey
cool.
Boo. Hello, Mickey Boo.
And Lorraine Nepple says YouTube visual is much better. I agree.
Okay.
I think video is much better compared to pictures on a website.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah.
Doesn't do it justice.
And this is a covered lanai. I love covered lanais. When you have, it's a great feature to have a covered area. I see a lot of homes where you have to build out. Here you don't have to build out. You could screen it in very easily. Like mine, at my house, it was $1,500 to screen it.
Wow.
That was, I have a screened in. It's not this. It's probably, mine is like 10 feet by. It's longer, but it's not as. This is a nice area. This is like 15 by 15. So this is a nice area, but this is really, there's only one builder in here, so it's a nice area. Really nice. But like I said, there's 5 different phases to this. They really have to, get into the 3rd or 4th phase before I'm buying in here, to be honest. Because I've seen 2008. But, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, gosh.
Nice sitting area.
Yeah.
Like how they've laid this out.
Some people
31 people watching. Please share this out to your Disney groups, your Disney friends.
Absolutely. See, now this is one thing. Here we go.
Celebration, we'll go a little history on Celebration. Celebration, established 1994. Okay, it was actually the brainchild of Michael Eisner. He had played a significant role in this. What Michael Eisner grew up in a subdivision, and one day when he came home from college, he drove up to his parents' house, got out, went to the door, and realized it wasn't his parents' house because all the houses looked so similar. So he wanted the houses to have different character and look and feel to them. And he also wanted it not to be gated. That was his decision too, because a lot of these communities you would think Celebration's gated. It's not. It's, it welcomes people. We're going to go into the center of town and see the farmers market in just a little bit. So 2 bedrooms.
And vaulted ceiling in here.
Yeah, I love that.
Let's see if I can get a little bit of an angle on it here. Yeah. Yeah.
So we're going to take a look at the next home, which is part of the sales office. So there's not a lot to see. But I love loft space. And my loft space is like 10 by 15. It's really not that functional. But I bought my house for the location, rather than the model. This I buy for the model. This is beautiful. Beautiful bedroom here. Take a look at that. And then we go over to this side. So there's 5 bedrooms in this home. There can be, depending on how you, what the hell, I'm talking and nobody's hearing. So there can be 5 bedrooms in this home, depending on how you plan. So we're going to go next door to which I believe is the Hayden model next. Here, I love Jack and Jill bathrooms. Do you have any questions or anything?
Let's see. I've got Adam B says, I love Victor.
Of course you do.
Lorraine says, and will there be a clubhouse with a pool?
Yes.
There is.
Yes.
Peggy says, stop and have a drink at the tavern. LOL. I love their lobster chowder.
Yes. They on Fridays they have a great lobster bisque too.
And then we got another comment from Piglet about the clubhouse. Will there be a pool in a clubhouse? So, yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing. We're going to ask next when it's going to be built, but you can use the facilities throughout Celebration as well. But one of the things I always look for in a community is the clubhouse built and working yet? Because if it's not, then you're paying for it and it's not here yet. And living through 2008, I've seen communities where the clubhouse wasn't built and didn't get built for 5 years. So I like clubhouses that are built.
Nice closet there. Yeah.
This is really nice the way you set this up.
Yeah, it all connects.
Exactly the way with the uses, 3 uses that they use loft spaces for. The 4th one is as a gym. So you've got a work area for your kids. You've got a TV area, and then you got a little conversation play area.
Look at that, Heather. That's like a craft area. Look at this. This is fantastic. I know my wife is watching. That's.
This is nice. Let's play tic-tac-toe.
See, Victor's all play.
I'm all play.
You know.
I want to play some time too. Okay, so let's go next door to the Hayden model, and then we're going to hit the road and drive around. This is a great builder. I've sold 3 of her homes already. I'm very happy.
One more last shot down here. Right here. Very nice. Very, very open. And you got to keep in mind, these are like, what, 10-foot ceilings in here?
Yeah.
But, I mean, aside from the vaulted ceiling out here.
Nice feature.
Yeah.
Now, people always ask me, if they want to put a pool in, what do you do?
If you want to put a pool in, what do you do?
Now, here you got houses with rear entry garages. So they're not going to get pools because that's where the garage is.
You're a mind reader, you know that? Because Melissa said, does the community allow / will lot sizes be big enough for a pool?
Not on what I'm seeing right here. Anytime you see a rear entry garage, you're going to have limited chance of putting a pool in the back.
Yeah.
So this is a Hayden model. Now this is only 2,000. This will show you where the prices are at here. Because it's 2,000 square feet, and you're talking about $632 to start, for a price point. So you've got 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, and you're looking at $632.
$632.
That's
significant.
Because outside of this area, 2,000 square feet, you're probably talking about the 400s or 500s, and still just 10 minutes to Disney. Nice patio. So this they're using as their office. So down here it's kind of not. Hey, how are you? So this is a guest room.
It is.
Beautiful.
Totally does.
Yeah, I mean, you don't see that in Celebration. Celebration is all but. I lived in Celebration for 4 years. I'm going to steal your water.
Sure.
Good.
Yeah, you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so first floor, your kitchen, dining room, all that. Let's go to the second floor here. Show you what this is like.
35 watching. Keep sharing us out, guys.
Yes, please. So now we're on the, second floor. You got 1, 2, laundry room, 3, and primary bedroom, which they're making me call it now. But nice. This is a good size bathroom. My closet's twice that size.
Living the life of Riley.
Yeah. I'm tired. But this is the selling point for me. Look at this off the master. Holy moly. Is this awesome? Look at this is amazing. This is really amazing. So they're building it on that home too. So that's the same model. The Hayden model. But you're talking about, being in the, for 2,200 square feet being 632.
632, 2,200 square feet.
Yeah. So.
But a heck of a view.
Beautiful view. You got a park in front of you. So beautiful view.
Yeah, little park.
And you're gonna this house would probably see some fireworks over the houses in that, because the fireworks would be right that way.
Right over there. Yeah.
I have a lot of customers looking for fireworks views. Surprisingly enough, you get better views of the fireworks in Windermere and Winter Garden than you do in Celebration.
So, all right, let me go back on a couple questions here.
Sure.
So we got base price, question mark on this one?
600s.
600s. What are the HOA fees?
330s
$330
a month.
a month. Now, question about HOA fees, Victor, because I know it's going to be asked. Can that? What? Sorry.
That doesn't include the CDD fee.
Oh, that doesn't include the CDD fee.
Which
Now,
is added to the taxes, yeah.
so the CDD fee is added to the taxes. Now, HOA fees, can they be wrapped into the mortgage? How does that work?
No.
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 Okay.
They can't be wrapped into the mortgage, no.
Okay.
Because they change.
Let's see. Okay. Does the community...
They're going to ask you what the HOA fees are when you apply for your mortgage.
Okay. Does the community allow / will lot sizes be big enough? Oh, no, big enough for a pool. We already answered that one. Yeah, like you said, there's a garage on the back side, so there's no room for a pool. And there is going to be a community pool, I think you had mentioned. So, you know, Nora Christine says...
I'm not going to say no.
Yeah.
Some of the larger homes could probably put a pool in. Some of the larger ones, depending on where the you know, if you're side, you know, have side entry, or if you're an end unit. I'm not going to say, never say never.
Nora Christine says no downstairs bedrooms in that one. This one that we were just in.
No, not in this one.
Not in that one. No, unfortunately.
The other one has the option of 2.
Yeah, that other one we were just in actually has the option of 2. What is the CDD fee?
Community district development. It's only on a couple of communities that we have here. When the community was built, they either pay off the county to put in the plumbing, electrical, and all that, and hide it, because a lot of these communities you don't see it. Or they say, we're going to just put a bond with the community and pay it off later. So it depends on how it was built. Solavita, for example, has a CDD fee. Celebration has a CDD fee. My community does not have a CDD fee, but you pay more for the house. So you either pay for it now or you pay for it later. That's how it works. So it's a community district development. Solavita has it. Celebration has it. Who else has it? There's a couple other communities that have it. I haven't sold many that have it, but I have sold quite a few. But for me, I thought for $150 a month I was paying with my HOA and my CDD. I thought that was, you know, very reasonable.
Nora Christine also said...
Get here.
Oh, yeah, no, I agree with that.
To be honest with you, I like Celebration proper, the historic side, the side that's 10, 20 years old, because your walk to the community center, it's beautifully maintained, as this will be. You've got your school right there too. You got your high school not too far away. So I kind of like that area better, because this area, to me, while it's beautiful, feels like the unliked cousin. You know, the second thought. You know, but it's beautiful here. I mean, it really is beautiful. But it's in that section, you're only going to get resales. Here you can get new construction, which hasn't been available in Celebration for like 5 years.
And like you said, you think this is going to be the last area that they're going to do new construction?
From what I'm
foreseeable.
From what I'm told, there is no other area that's in Celebration.
Yeah.
And it's only got one road in and out. And that, you know, that you just have to know about, because honestly, if you've only got one road in and out, and you've got your highway right there, I've got to go all the way down this road to get into the community. So
yeah, the highway is right.
It is right there, but the only way to get on is to drive out. But it's not a long road. It's only a mile. We'll drive it right now. Let's drive it right now. Any other questions?
Yeah, I've got Nora Christine says, will the community pool be 0 entry or have a way for a disabled person to get in the pool?
Let's ask.
Yeah, we can ask. We're actually going down.
Let's ask about the community pool.
Let me...
Because the Celebration itself, I don't think they have a zero entry section. Let's ask the I'm gonna run ahead.
I'll just keep looking.
Okay.
Yeah, if you guys have questions, definitely put them up there. And when Victor comes back, we will try to get as many of them answered as we can. I apologize for my crappy camera work. I'm doing the best I can. I'm the new guy doing this for Victor as a friend, as a favor. Yeah. And again, if you guys have questions about the area in general, feel free to ask. And I can. I'm the new guy here. I've only been in town for about a month, and so we're just getting settled in Winter Garden in Horizon West. And if you have questions, feel free to ask, and I'll answer what I can. Which areas have the cheapest price? I'll ask Victor when he comes back. I can't speak intelligently on that. He should be back shortly. I mean, Mickey Pooh, I can't answer that intelligently either because I have never been in the homes in Waterley. I will ask Victor these questions as soon as he comes back up. In fact, we'll probably just head down.
Okay, got the answers to the questions right here. Right now, the pool that they're planning in the second phase will not have a zero entry, but that could always change. Right now, it does not have a zero entry. And in the second phase, in addition, some of the models will allow for pools, but not in this, what they're building right now. So hey, come back in a couple of months. That's going to be towards the beginning of next year.
I get a myriad of questions while you were gone.
Great, wow.
So the first one was from Diane. She says, "Can you show homes in the original celebration under 300,000?" Nope.
I'm very sorry, but no. Under 300,000, you're going to have to look in the Davenport area, or the Claremont area, which is quite beautiful.
Yeah. I like Claremont a lot.
And they'd be resales.
Claremont is right next to Winter Garden. It's accessible to everything. It's 30 minutes to Disney?
30 minutes to Disney
or
now,
less.
But 2 roads are coming in that are going to connect Claremont, Lake County to Orange County. But because of COVID, for some reason, they've gotten postponed, and they keep giving us other reasons why they're postponed. And one thing I've learned in this business, if there's not a shovel in the ground, they're not doing it. So just wait. But it's sort of like, I always say there is a plan, but you've got to wait. Unlike the terribleness that's going on in Champions Gate area where there's so much congestion, but they've just got a plan. They haven't put any shovels in the ground. So I don't know. I like to see a shovel in the ground before I'm going to tell anybody what the date that they're going to finish is.
I've got another question from C-Spren. She says, "I know you already answered this, but can you remind me which areas have the cheapest price?" And I think you kind of just answered that in a way.
Well, the best pricing is further out from Disney.
Right.
So you're going to go into Davenport the issue with Davenport is not that there's anything really wrong with it, but there's a lot of, it's a big short-term rental area. So be careful when you buy in there. I always warn people if short-term rental is allowed in the community. And then Winter Haven also has better pricing too.
One example I can give you of the short-term rental thing that you just mentioned, we had some friends who bought a home in a short-term rental neighborhood in Davenport.
Why didn't they use me?
And well, and that's
They didn't know me
just
at the
it.
time,
I didn't
right?
know you at the time, but
Yeah, okay.
but they said that was a big pain because you get parties of people in there every weekend causing a ruckus, and it was just kind of a mess.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, again, call Victor. Don't do anything else before you call Victor.
The thing is, yes, it could be a mess, but I bet they have a pool.
Yes, they do. Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because all the short-term rental communities, if you drive through a community and everybody has a pool, that kind of means that is a short-term rental community, or at least short-term rental was allowed at the time that they were building it.
Right.
So you got to be careful. Now, there are some communities that are now turning to 50% short-term rental, long-term because of the pricing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you get these great prices, but your neighbor is renting short-term, and they have to be rented every week in order to make their money. So you just got to be careful with stuff like that. But not all in Davenport is short-term rental.
Right.
There's a lot of communities there that don't allow it. So if you see that there's no pools in every home, they don't allow short-term rental.
We've also got let's see, Mickey Pooh says watching this.
Mickey Pooh.
They said watching this, and they were talking about this model in particular.
Yes.
They said feels a little bit like the Waterley community. Does it feel different in person? Now I said I couldn't answer that because I've never been in the Waterley community much.
Waterley is not built by this builder. Hawksmoor is built by this builder. And I'm a big fan of both builders. I really am. Because they've always come through with me as being completed at the time that the house was sold. They completed it. Unlike my other builder, who will remain nameless, where they don't complete, the home in time, and they strong arm you to close, even though the house isn't built, but finished, and they're going to do it tomorrow. That's not what we agreed to, So I would say this feels a lot higher end, but higher price than because you're paying a much more price per square foot. And in
how would you say location wise it compares?
Well, this is very close to Disney, but so is Waterloo. You don't have any in Waterloo any second floor balconies at all, and so you don't have that when you have it here, and that is a really great feature. So I love balconies. I wish I could have gotten one on my house, but it's good. I'm never going to be able to afford to put that on.
Donna says, "Nice tour, thank you."
All right,
Donna
let's go.
One more question:
Oh,
are they dog friendly here?
Oh,
as we have a beagle.
Oh yeah. You're not gonna. Your only place you're gonna find problems with restrictions on dogs is when you get into when you have a menagerie of dogs and you're in a condo, or an apartment building. That's when you're going to start having.
Let's walk and talk because
Okay.
there was another question, and I think it was because I mentioned that I was living in Horizon West.
Mm-hmm.
They said, "How far is Horizon West from Disney? Are there homes or rentals? Are they homes or rentals?" I mean, that's kind of a mixed question,
There's
but
always rentals.
there's always rentals. Yeah.
There's always somebody who buys and rents it out. There's always apartment buildings. There's a lot of apartment buildings that have come in. And if you want the names, I'd be glad to give them to you. Horizon West is no more than 15 minutes to Disney.
Yeah. Horizon West is 15 minutes. I don't know if you heard that or not, but Horizon West is typically 15 minutes to Disney, no matter where you are. Yeah, it's warm in here. And I can say, depends on where you're going in Disney. Let me get my seatbelt on this time. Depends on where you're going in Disney, because, like, from where we live, I would say Disney Springs is, 20 minutes? That's a little closer to
Okay, can you hear me now? That didn't work. Okay. All right, so let me get that. Ah. Okay, so you can hear me now? I think we can.
Yeah, I think we're good now.
Oh boy, that was a nightmare. I don't technology.
We got it worked out. Okay, we're good to go. Hey, I'm driving here.
So, all right, so now we're going to drive out of the community.
Where are we going, Victor?
Well, we're going to the center of town.
What town?
Center of celebration. We're turning onto Coastal Court, and we're going to see this. Oh my God! Sorry about the sound of the air conditioner, but we need it.
Yeah, it's a hot one today.
It is hot,
but it's beautiful though.
Oh.
I mean, hot or not, it's beautiful. It's not snow.
Yeah, it's not. It is not snowing.
It is not snow. I'll take the sweat dripping off my forehead any day of the week compared to a foot of snow. Believe me. I lived in New Hampshire and Maine way too long.
Yeah.
And Victor would post all of these silly posts online about slipping and falling on the ice. And you know what? Somebody I knew always slipped and fell on the ice.
No, that is not the way I'm going to die.
Nope.
I'd rather be eaten by an alligator.
Yeah.
Now look at this. Look at this. They were saying about the sidewalk. Here you go.
There's your sidewalk.
There's the sidewalk. So
people riding their bikes.
Now I wish they had gone 4 lanes here and with another entrance, but they do have. So this connects you to the center. Well, let's show you how far it is. I mean, 2 miles on a bicycle is not really bad.
No.
But 2 miles walking, I don't know if I want to do that.
Do we have the temperature? Do we know how hot it is? Somebody asked. So
94 degrees today.
94. What's the humidity?
This is beautiful. This is like. This reminds me of Pasadena. They have a beautiful bridge like this.
Safari 360 says we have no AC in Scotland and it's been hot today. Scotland, huh? I have family from Scotland.
Yeah, look at that traffic.
That's
bumper to
I-4.
bumper on the I-4 on Sunday. I don't know where they're all
Yeah, I
going.
don't know what's up with that.
You know, it is. Listen, we have. You have to think about where you're going to live and what you're going to be doing. With me, I mean, I rarely, but I don't work a 9-to-5 job, so.
And I work from home, so I can't. I mean, I can't speak intelligently about a 9-to-5 commute, really, in this area. I can tell you that I have driven on I-4 in the rush hour traffic going to the airport or coming back from the airport, and not fun.
You don't take I-4 to the airport when you live in Celebration.
Yeah, that's true.
You take the Greenway. You take the 417. What are you talking about here? You take the 417. Come on. The 417 never has any crowds. God, you don't know.
I just moved here. I'm the new guy.
Yeah, you don't. I love when
How long can I use that excuse? By the way,
I love when I discovered the 417. That was like, oh wow, this is great. The 417 is south of the airport, and it takes you through Lake Nona,
Medical City that way. Yeah.
Hunter's Creek area. It's great route to take. So these are all the new places where we started. These are the apartments. These are all apartments here.
Yeah, this is all back where we started.
Just going to tell you, they're all wood.
Lorraine, I am very happy with my move from New Hampshire. My wife runs WDW Travels, so she's happy as well. She's 15 minutes from everything in the parks, and so her blog is expanding, and she's doing more with that. So it's good. But yes, I honestly, it could be 95 degrees, 95% humidity, and Victor and I are both very happy people here.
Oh yeah,
because
you get used to the heat,
and you get used to it quickly. Like surprisingly, it doesn't take you long.
This is great office building. This is actually a storage unit. That's how beautiful our storage units are.
Amazing.
This is the La Rosa offices right here. I never go there, but please send me there because the only time I go is when I'm dropping off a check. Send me there anytime you want. Anyway, when I meet people, I usually meet them at Starbucks or McDonald's or something like that. There's no reason to go into the office anymore.
Yeah.
Now here's Sienna, which is a nice section. Gotta tell you, a lot of the condos here are all wood. I say stay away from that. I don't like that type of construction.
They're wood construction?
A lot of them are wood construction.
So, yeah, block on block is pretty popular down here.
Block at least on the first floor.
Yeah.
Now, that's what's interesting about where we just were. When Celebration was built, it was built all wood except for one section. And so, there's a lot of people who say wood is just as strong as block, but those are the people who own an all-wood home. So they didn't do block on the first floor. Waterley, where we mentioned, does block on block. That's the only community that does block on block construction. I mention it a lot because a lot of people are interested in that. They think that we're going to get big hurricanes, and we really don't get those,
Not in Central Florida.
Not in Central Florida, no.
I've been trying to get people back home to understand that we don't, and I say back home, back in New Hampshire and Maine, to understand that we get no more of a hurricane than they would get when it comes through because we're so far inland.
Yeah.
So
this I like. This, my friend lives in here.
Yeah.
This is
that's a very pretty area.
It's got strength to it, this building. It'll be all block, poured cement, things like that. Those condos I love. I also love now Artisan Park, which we're not going to go to today, but they also are built with, poured cement. There's the Catholic Church. I lived just one block from here. I had a house one block from here. We'll go take this little down here, show you.
Now, so I've got a couple things here. I've got some people asking, are they asking questions? Comments. Lorraine, don't even hesitate. Call Victor and get things moving.
Go to
and I
go to disney@yourdoorstep.com. You'll find all my links.
Yep.
This is East Lawn. This is my favorite street. This is where I would, if I won the lottery, I'd buy here instead of Golden Oak, because Golden Oak is like eating cotton candy all day long. Come on, get the reality. But it's beautiful, beautiful homes that overlook a pond. You can walk from here right into the center of town. It's absolutely gorgeous. And these homes are made by the top builders of the area.
Oh, yeah.
Just gorgeous. Really, and this is how I used to go when I lived here. I used to go right down there. It was my favorite part of the road, where I would zoom down and, get airborne when I went over the side of on my bicycle. It was beautiful. These homes are awesome. These are in the 3-4 million.
Somebody watching has got to want to buy one of these homes.
Oh, what?
I mean,
I've had to win the lottery, but yeah, I would.
So, Seaspring says, I'm from Louisiana, and I find Florida and Louisiana weather are practically the same. I agree. We were in Disney for Wilma. I missed that.
That's a strange reason to come to Disney.
We were in Disney for Wilma in 2005. Diane says, how much are these homes? I think we already touched on that, about 3.
Well, those estate homes are in the 3 to 4 million. Oh, these are actually my favorite, because they have the double porch. I mean, these are something like this comes available. It would go within 2 days at 800,000.
Oh, yeah.
Easy. So
now, are we close to Jeter Bend?
Oh, you want to go to Jeter Bend?
Yeah, let's show them Jeter Bend.
We've got to go to Jeter Bend on the holiday. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
We will definitely do that on the holiday.
And Diane wants to know, she says, how much were those condos that you like?
300s.
300s?
Yeah.
Are there, do those typically come available, do you know?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They do. There's nothing available now. Here, I'll show you some other ones that I like too. These are beautiful because they have elevators. Now, I always say, if honestly, why buy a condo if it doesn't have an elevator in it? Because one day you may sprain your ankle and you have to get up to the 3rd floor, and look at these. They're so beautiful, and they're inside. They're so luxurious. I absolutely love them. I absolutely love these condos. The corner units have the wraparound porches.
Are these all condos?
These are all condos.
Wow.
These are all condos. Let's go down this way a little bit.
So Piglet says, definitely want to buy a house around here. Coming down from New York in October.
October's a very busy time for me this year.
October's
so please
good.
book your time with me. Absolutely, because I've already got several people coming in October.
I love the small town feel in some of these streets.
Oh,
it's
my
great.
God.
It's great.
I love Celebration. I absolutely adore it.
But now, I don't think everybody might understand, because they heard you say that you lived here at one point, and then you left. But I don't know if they would understand necessarily why. Could you explain that?
I will tell you exactly why.
And it's different probably for everybody, so keep that in mind.
First of all, I needed a home office. So my house, which was adorable, we could drive by it. My house, which was really adorable, was 1,800 square feet. I didn't have an office in there. So, and personally, I was running each night out to these communities to watch the fireworks. Not because I really love the fireworks and had to go see them, but because it was a great part of my business. By the way, you could see the fireworks from my house almost, just tell me you want to see them and I'll go out there and do it. 9:15 tonight, I'll be out there on this channel that you're watching. So I felt, for me, even though I was one person, I needed a little bit bigger house. And the only way to do it in the celebration was to pay twice as much. And I didn't want to do that. And I really wanted to see the fireworks from the back of my house. So there was one lot available. And I spontaneously did what I tell my customers don't do, which is to be too spontaneous. Put the money down and bought it. And then I had to sell my house, live in a rental for a while, and blah, blah, blah. But I really felt like now I have an office space. I have a dining room, because I used to have my office in my dining room. I have everything that I couldn't get in celebration, couldn't afford it. So, because my house would have been $800,000 to get what I wanted. So, if I won the lottery, would I be living in celebration? Absolutely. But I haven't won the lottery yet.
All right, so I've got a couple.
Buy me a ticket. Send me a ticket. When you go out and see houses with me, give me a ticket to the lottery, please. I think that's only fair. $2, $3 ticket. What are you throwing? You're only talking to $3.
So okay, I've got a couple here. I've got
Now here's the community pool. One of the 5 community pools that they have. This one is not heated. The main center of town is heated. And if you live in Artisan Park, which if we have the time, we can go to Artisan Park. I love Artisan Park too. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's beautiful.
Seasprin says, this is probably a dumb question, but what?
There are no dumb questions. Wait, we're in real estate. Yes, there are some. Okay.
What is the difference between an apartment and a condo?
An apartment, okay. A condo, you own it. An apartment, you rent it. That's all there is to it. You may say, I know when people say in New York, they say my apartment, but they own it. It's not an apartment, it's a condo. A condominium here, you own it. Now, the thing about condos are, you don't own the land underneath. So there's a lot of times where you may not be able to purchase. Sometimes it is difficult to get a loan on certain condos. Let's just say that.
That makes sense.
For example, there was a condo in Windermere which had a pending lawsuit, so nobody could get a loan on it. The lawsuit was settled. People can get loans on it. It's a beautiful building.
So, how much? So the condos down here, you said they go about 300. Is that right?
I would say so. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's definitely because, if you price it in the 300s, it's going to go quick.
Yeah.
It's going to go that day.
Yeah.
It'll go without people looking at it. That's how sought after they are. So I'm looking at some condos that are for one customer, they're in the 400s or 500s. But those are, we'll see those. They're closer to the center of town.
We should park and walk around when we get down there.
So center of town, we're going in a different direction in the center. We're going to go see Jeter Bend.
So, yeah, Nora says October is going to be a madhouse with the 50th.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And then
so if it's a madhouse for the 50th, go look for a house. Because everybody else is going to be at the parks. I've got one day. I'm going to go to the parks on October 1st to do Ratatouille, but I'm going to be in Epcot. This is the street I used to live on. Okay.
So Mickey,
I loved living here. I really did. I used to go on my bike all the time. I really did love living here. It was a very, very hard decision. But I thought for my business it would be great to live stream from the fireworks. So, and honestly, it's paid off. Honestly, I think people are watching the live streams. They love that. But they keep asking me for houses where they can see the fireworks. There aren't that many.
Mickey Poo says, speaking of
Mickey
block
Poo.
and wood construction,
Sure.
an article of Growth Spotter about Tavistock announcing 5 builders for Westland Park in Sunbridge mentions they are permitting only wood frame construction.
Fine. Get me that article. I'd really like to see that. Well, it doesn't. I can't believe that they would not have block on wood.
Or wood on
Block. I mean, I can't believe that they're not doing
at least.
block on the first floor. Everybody does wood on block except for D.R. Horton here. This is Boston. This is not where we're going. Okay, next block over.
So
there's some nice houses on here that are in the 400 or 500s and they're under 2,000 square feet. This is yeah. Should not have sold my
under
house.
2,000
I
square
should have
feet.
if I had to do life over again and I knew what was going to happen, I would have rented my house out. So go down this way.
Seaspring says,
But look at this. This is a beautiful park that just springs up. This is what you're paying for. This is what your HOA fees are paying for.
yeah, you're getting a nice area. I mean,
It's beautiful.
this is
Okay, now
quintessential.
we're going to go down Jeter Bend. Now, I lost on a house that I was going to buy here because I just felt that it needed a lot of work, and I really wish I bought it because before then I did not know about the lights on Jeter Bend. On Christmas, this place lights up like crazy. This absolutely goes berserk. They do a thing, lights on Jeter Bend. You can look it up. Just Google lights on Jeter Bend.
Yeah, and actually, you have it right on your YouTube channel too. If they do
I
a search
do.
on the YouTube
Go
channel.
search my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
That's right. This was incredible. It's absolutely
They
incredible.
synchronize the music and the lights with all the houses. Now, I don't know if there's something written in the HOA that's like, if you live on Jeter Bend, you must partake. I don't know how that works. Like,
no, they just agree. They just agree to do it, and it goes up
amazing.
It goes up to about this house right here.
Okay.
This house here is available. As a matter of fact, it needs a little work. It's available in the 500s. But see, now that house wouldn't work for me because I need an office.
So,
but in the 500s, which you can get outside of this area, is significantly bigger.
Yeah.
Significantly.
Seaspring says, I'm looking to move out of my parents' house in Louisiana. Do you recommend a 27-year-old woman get a loan to get a home?
You have to have a job.
Yeah, I mean, you really need to talk to a mortgage broker, I think, to answer that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not.
You've got to, yeah.
Because I don't even think Victor can technically say yes or no. You should get a loan. I mean, like I wouldn't tell my best friend to go get a loan because I don't know what his financial situation is.
Well, if you don't have the cash, you got to get a loan.
Yeah, you got to have the cash.
You have to have a job, and you have to have get a loan. You have to have a job. You have to have an income to get a loan.
Right.
Some people have trust funds. Some people have, I don't know. I mean, I don't have any of those incomes, but you have to have an income to get a loan.
Yeah. Yeah. So Paul says we're going to be at Epcot October 1st. We'll have to meet up.
Absolutely.
Paul Hauk.
Paul, he's one of my customers. Yes.
There you go. There you go.
He's already bought.
What does that mean, Victor?
That means I'm not going to meet you. I need to make some money.
What is that supposed to mean? I'm calling him out on this, Paul.
Yeah, they bought in one of my favorite communities, the Palms at Serrano. I love it there.
Oh, Palms at Serrano. Serrano is awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome.
Yeah, that's a really nice thing too. That's the thing.
So now we're driving to the center of town.
Yep.
We'll be going live for about 15, 20 more minutes, and then we're. But look at this, the people riding the bikes. I just, I miss it. I really do miss it.
It's I think the best thing that I can say is that I didn't really truly understand all of this until I moved here. Like I didn't understand, the the differences in the areas until I came down here. So I guess my personal advice would be, take a weekend, come down, just drive around some of these areas and get used to it and see what you think.
Well, you know what? That's good advice. But I've had people do that and say, Victor, you told me to go to Winter Garden and it's horrible up there. And I'm like, okay.
Which part of Winter Garden?
Did you go down Avalon Street? Because Avalon Street looks like it's, looks like, I don't even want, it does not, there's certain areas where you could, and then I said, no, I'm going to send you a road map. I want you to go here. And they called me and said, okay, we're buying in Winter Garden.
Right.
Because they went to the wrong place. So you have to have someone who tells you, listen, go look at this area, go look at this area.
Right.
I love when people do that because honestly, I want them to look on their own a little.
Right.
And a lot of people will say, oh, I don't want to live in Kissimmee. I'm like, why? There's some beautiful sections.
But you gotta know where to look.
These towns are so big that one side could be not appealing while the other side be beautiful. St. Cloud, it's an immense area. All these towns are so big that you could, and we're really familiar with the commercial when we come to visit. You're not going to live near a hotel. Why are you looking near a hotel? So I don't have any hotels near me. The only hotel near me, well, it's actually not too. There's like one in Old Town, which is like 100 years old. It's a historic hotel. So I would, you have to really know where you're going because you could end up. I do not advise people to just drive around.
Hey, Peggy's giving you some guff. She's giving you some guff. She says, love how you all don't stop at stop signs. LOL. And listen, I can tell you one thing that I found out after I moved here. And this is, I'm just going to be honest.
Am I missing?
Nobody ever uses a blinker in this town to save their lives. Nobody.
Am I driving through stop signs?
I've lost track, Victor. I don't know how many you've actually.
Well, now these are some beautiful, beautiful condos. I mean, honestly.
See, now look at that. You gave him the right of way. You let him go. See that? That was nice.
Now, look at this. Is my favorite condo in the world, honestly,
yeah.
Because it has its own little porch that goes out. There's nothing like that that I know in this whole country. You could sit out there on your porch. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. It's absolutely.
Safari 360 says I lost track too. That's all right. You got to give Victor some guff.
You know what? I'm sorry. I'm driving and I'm trying to talk too.
This is my favorite area right here.
This is the lakeside. This is where the pool is heated.
Oh.
Yeah. And we just passed the the center of town. Compact car only. No. Okay.
Lorraine says, I'm learning a lot. You're very knowledgeable.
I am. This is
I love it.
Here is Mirasol condos. There's some beautiful condos in there.
Yeah, that's
really
nice.
Are.
We like to park right back there and then walk into the center of town. You can walk by there's a water fountain for the kids to play in, and it's great. It's just
when
beautiful
it's working.
area.
I will tell you, sometimes I would get very, very frustrated with. See, the thing is, there are condos in here that I will not be involved in the sale of. I will absolutely not be involved in the sale of. Because they're improperly managed, and I have had it. These condos here, their porch was falling down. They're in a lawsuit. There were 2 condos that I looked at for people, and they insisted that they said, I won't hold you responsible. And I said, well, guess what? They're in litigation. That means you may have to pay to fix your porch because it was not properly. So that's why I love single family homes as opposed to condos. I don't have too much of a problem with townhomes.
This is why I highly advise using Victor and not some other realtor. And I say that with a lot of respect because he knows his stuff. This guy knows every little nook and cranny, especially at Celebration.
Yeah, I love Celebration. They got a new deli right there, which is terrific.
Oh, really?
And the restaurants here, like we mentioned, the Town Tavern, is phenomenal. Phenomenal. You want to get out and walk around for a bit?
Yeah, can if you want.
Think I can
Works
fit
for
there?
me.
If I back up?
Yeah, you can back in there. They're not parked correctly, but I think you can handle it. We've got 35 people watching.
Wow.
Peggy says, there is my fudge shop. I think she meant back there.
Oh, Kerwin's.
Yeah.
Kerwin's, yes. Kerwin's is terrific. Kerwin's is from Mackinac, which is that is the island off of Michigan.
Oh, yeah,
So,
Mackinac.
Yeah.
Mackinac.
Yeah, it's Mackinac is the island off of Michigan.
35 watching. Share us out some more because we're gonna walk around a little bit, I guess.
A little bit, yeah.
See what
just
we
a
got.
couple of minutes, and that's where we'll sign off. Because let's see. Perfect. Now we're gonna jaywalk for all you people worried about the stop sign. So let's go walk in the park at the corner. But for example, some of these condos here.
Let me get on this side so they can hear you better.
Some of these condos here, they're open. I would worry about them because the thing is, you got to have your own parking space because Christmas time, Thanksgiving, what we used to do on the 4th of July was insane. You never get a place to park. Now they have stopped the 4th of July celebrations. A lot of the reason was because the people renting here were paying for it. They were like, why are we the only ones paying for it? And then the people in the town were like, well, you always used to pay for it, so you're going to have to pay for it. And then they said, well, no, we're not going to do it anymore. So it's just a big argument. And they used to have a wonderful 4th of July celebration here. One of the reasons why I said, what the heck am I here for? Everything they're taking away everything that gave this place character. So
yeah, this is the New Delhi you were talking about.
Yes, but right here, this post office was. Now I don't remember the guy's name. I'm sorry, but the person who designed that also designed the Swan and Dolphin hotels.
Oh wow!
So they had a it's got a new bakery in there.
What's this over here? Like a little bistro?
Thai restaurant.
Thai restaurant? Okay.
Yeah. The Italian restaurant, the rents that are charged to these people is so ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah, D'Antonios went out of business. They still have a nice restaurant in Maitland. This is a great pizza parlor. Oh my God, the pizza here is one of the best in Central Florida. And I mean that, I don't mean that in a derogatory way because our pizza here is really crappy. It's really good pizza. This just came in again. They had the downtown diner. If you're coming to Celebration, we should do a whole celebration day. If you're coming to Celebration, support this diner because they're really trying hard. And they had 2 people come in before this that went out of business quickly because you have to give good service and you have to give good quality food to succeed even in Celebration.
One thing I can say, yesterday we were kind of walking down in this area here, and they had some live music playing out here.
Oh, how nice.
It was great. They had live music just over to the right here.
Yeah.
And then these areas right here where you have the umbrellas to sit down by the water.
Yes.
Really nice.
Oh my gosh. But let me give you here, and they have a Starbucks here.
Oh. We got it on video. It was the real deal.
So they have they have the ice cream parlor right up there. Okay. They have the Starbucks here. Now there's the Town Tavern, which is if you're picking a place to eat, I would go there.
That was where they had the live music outside.
Yeah.
Yep.
They've got a Le Macaroon, which is French pastries. Now, let's not go too close to those people. They're so loud. We're not going to hear anything. Get me on camera for a second.
Okay.
Here's one of the issues that I have with this community. It is run by a management company. This area here is owned and run by a management company that couldn't give two licks about the quality of the experience here. So the AMC used to run this for 10 years. That beautiful theater has been shut down. And it's because AMC is willing to pay the rent. They didn't put in their contract if you have to actually present movies. So AMC is paying the rent because they don't want anybody else to come in. And the management company is like, we don't care, whatever, as long as they're paying us. So those people that it used to bring in aren't coming, which means it hurts the businesses. And that's not right. That's not
Let's show them this little area right here. This is where we saw the alligator down here yesterday.
Oh, beautiful.
Let me see if we have any questions here.
This is the Bohemian Hotel. If you're looking to live in Celebration, there's two places I would recommend you stay. Here or the Amelia. Now the Amelia, which is also known as the Mona Lisa, you can get a better rate at. You can do it through Airbnb, and you may pay like in the 120s, 130s, I believe, and they'll have a whole kitchen in there, and you'll be right on the 192, 10 minutes to Disney, no problem. Or here, which is probably more expensive than I could ever afford. Unless I won the lottery, get me that ticket.
Disney Austin says, "Hello, Victor. We just jumped on. We hope you are doing well."
I am.
And they said,
Disney,
love the brick paver road.
DisneyAtYourDoorstep.com if you need to reach me. Yes, over there, yes. This is where they have the
And
farmer's
Peggy
market.
says Roloff? Do you know what that means? Roloff? Maybe she meant Olaf. I don't know.
This is where they have the farmer's market every Sunday.
I saw some fresh watermelons there. So.
I know. Let's take one.
Yeah, this area is just beautiful down here to sit.
It is absolutely beautiful.
These rocking
here.
chairs.
I mean, what I loved about Celebration was, and I always felt that it was had all the benefits of an over 55 community without being over 55 community. I mean, you had everything at your fingertips. You had your restaurants, but you didn't have that. I would, you didn't have that stigma of being in an over 55. You had everything, and you didn't have to pay the exorbitant. I don't think it was. When I moved in, it wasn't exorbitant HOA fees now, but now the price of the homes have so gone up. It's crazy.
Everything's going up though. So.
Well, in real estate, yes. So there's the Town Tavern. This is the kind of worries me that there's nobody there right now.
Are they open?
Yeah.
To 2.
Oh,
yeah. So they just closed.
Okay. So they don't serve dinner yet.
Nope. No,
okay,
breakfast
good.
and lunch.
Okay, good. Okay.
Breakfast and lunch, 7 to 2 for breakfast, and lunch 11 to 2.
It's owned by the same person that owns the Celebration Town Tavern.
Okay. Yeah. They have a Starbucks right down here too.
Starbucks.
I'm pretty sure
And then there's the Bohemian Hotel.
Yeah.
Has a couple great restaurants in it. And then there's always businesses here like eyeglasses and stuff like that too. So any questions? Anybody got any?
Let me see if we got anything. We've got any questions? Anybody? Shoot them up there if you do.
Yeah, we're gonna sign off in a minute or two.
Peggy, when that guy fell off the skateboard, that was unexpected.
But he survived.
He survived. He rode again.
Nobody dies in celebration.
Nobody dies in celebration. Yeah, look at this. Look at this street view. Look at this.
Oh, let me tell you, when the Christmas that they do here is amazing. They block this off. They put foam down as if it's snow. The kids are playing in the snow. They have a little ice skating rink up there, which is kind of bizarre because it's not ice and it's plastic. But, and they have lights and snowfall with the soap, and it's just beautiful. It's
Nor get me a lobster roll from that tavern.
Yes, those lobster rolls are awesome there.
I grew up in Maine, so for me, it's hard to get a lobster roll anywhere else.
Yeah. Any other questions? Anything else?
Anybody got any other questions, or do you want to? There are 31 people watching.
Wow,
so
I don't want to sign off.
I know. I'm telling you.
Let's look at the beautiful fountain here. Remember to like and share this video, please. Next time we do this, I will have a microphone. So they got snow. Oh, there. This is a new deli. The prior one closed after like 3 years. I gotta tell you, it's hard to maintain a business here because of so if you live here, buy here. And if you're visiting, plan to buy. You want to support these businesses because they're trying to keep this atmosphere alive. And if you win $100 million in the lottery, buy out the owner of this area. Oh wow! This is my favorite. Beautiful. But you see little parks like this all throughout the celebration. And when you look at the HOA fees and you look at the CBD, I think it's really competitive with other communities because you don't get this kind of stuff. You don't get this. So.
No, I would agree. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
And if you're a golfer, they do have a golf club here. Straight up this road, it has its own restaurant, the Windmill.
You gotta look at this view right here. Just the waterway.
We should do an all celebration. We'll definitely do one on the day of the
Yeah, because you know an awful lot about this town. I mean.
Oh yeah.
We're giving them kind of a tour right now, but it's unintended. I mean, we have like 32 people on here right now.
I know.
Share us out. We'll keep streaming if you share us out, as long as we can until this thing dies.
Go to wdwtravels.com for more information about my cameraman here and his wife, who have a wonderful website, and disneyatyourdoorstep.com for me. disneyatyourdoorstep.com will give you all my links. Yes, we're supposed to be at the crosswalk.
And if you reach out to WDW Travels and you have real estate related questions, we're always going to steer you to Victor. So
yeah, thank you.
Every time. Look at this.
Beautiful.
Look at this. I mean, this is just
a nice little egret right there.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm. And tonight I'll be live from my house, showing you the fireworks in Winter Garden. There are some houses here where you can see the fireworks. They'll be on golf. Golf Park. That's
Golf
it. Golf Park Lane. They can see the fireworks.
Do you know how often do homes come up for sale in that area?
Rarely, and they're in the millions.
Ooh.
Golf Park. Yes, that's
Wow.
a million. That's the millions.
DVC fam says stunning.
Yeah.
Lorraine says, do most people live here full time?
A good deal of them, yes.
A
A
good
good deal
deal.
of people live here full time. There's about 11,000 residents in Celebration in about 4,000 units, and that doesn't even include the apartments. So yes, there's the majority of them live here full time. There are some snowbirds in there, definitely.
Disney Hustons, I have to go back. They said in that specific area, is it condos and apartments only, or is this just the town, or is this just the in-town area?
Okay, in the in-town area, there are right up there. When you go in, there's single-family homes. Teal Street, Honeysuckle. Up this way, there's some townhouses, but they're in the 700, 800,000s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, but around here, yes, there are single-family homes all around this area. This is probably one of the most desired sections, I would say. Halloween here. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, if someone said, what do you miss the most about Celebration? I'd say I miss Halloween. I had 500 kids at my house for Halloween. And I know because I made 500 bags that cost me $1 a piece.
And Victor says he doesn't like kids. He's full of crap. I hate to tell you.
Hey, I like them when they go, here's some candy, get out of here. No, but they were adorable, and they put so much effort into their costumes. And some kids would be dropped off in busloads. You know, they'd always have their parents with them and stuff like that. It was absolutely wonderful. Now, where I am now, my first year was with COVID so, you know, I think I still have friends here, so I may come here for Halloween just to hand out candy and stuff. Because it was quite fun. When you're on the main thoroughfares like Celebration Avenue, I hear you get 2,000 kids.
Oh, wow!
Yeah, you're handing out constantly.
Barrels and barrels of it. Yeah.
They're so. The first year I did it, I ran out of candy right away. I had no idea I was going to get 500, and so I had little Tootsie Rolls left, and they still were so grateful. They don't care, but I love giving the big prizes. So they go, oh, I can go home now. I got enough.
So Diana says, is that the condos to the right?
These are condos.
Over here. I think she means over here.
These are condos.
That you like with the big balconies.
No.
No.
I don't particularly care for this build. You know, I heard lots of stuff that happened when they were first building them, and they went in to correct it. I'm not crazy about them. I like the ones that are concrete construction. You know, I like the ones that are down the street there, the green ones.
What street is that there?
Carlisle. That's Celebration Avenue.
Celebration Avenue.
The Carlisle right there. I love that.
We've got DVC fam says Victor's Vista tonight.
Yes.
CNB from CT says, where is everybody? And then Lorraine says average age. What's the average age around here?
Well, around here?
Would you say?
40s. There's a lot of young
See,
couples.
they're close to my age, I can tell. So
I think the thing is, there are a lot of retirees that live here. I will tell you that. So that's why I say it's sort of like, you know, over 55, but without the aerobics class. You know, but they still have aerobics classes here. They have so many things, you know, activities here for people that live here. I never participated in any of them, but it really is. I feel it is a really nice community. And, I always loved it when I lived in places that tourists would come to. That was, because when I would drive through here, I'd see people taking pictures, and I'd stop and I'd say, "Oh, let me take the picture for you," and stuff. And then they'd ask me questions about it, and I'd give them my card and whatever. But anyway, but it was always nice having being here.
Victor, we have 35 people watching this. Can you believe that? We've just been standing here. We haven't even been doing much of anything.
Well, what else can we go to?
Well, let's keep walking. We can walk back down through there. I guess.
Let's walk through there again, but we have to sign off. We're getting.
Yeah, we just keep going and going and going.
See, let's go around this way and see the Columbia House restaurant, which is really now.
I want to get on this.
That is Cuban food. They have one in Tampa, and or I think it's in Ybor City. But these now I have a video online talking about all these structures and who designed them. So I think this is like Robert Stevenson, and I have his history and all that, but I don't remember it all. But these were all people that had worked with Disney at one point, and a lot of them were called back from retirement, and so this is their last.
Hurrah!
Yeah, like the guy who did the Caesar Pellegrini, I believe he did the movie theater. Let's take a look at the movie theater because it's awesome. Like, for example, but like condos that are right here, I don't particularly care for. I like the ones that are a little further out. Is
part of that though because of the location, like it's right in the middle of everything?
Well, listen, don't buy a condo if there's going to be a day that you're not going to be able to park.
Right.
Because what are you going to do?
Right.
Walk a mile? Yeah. I can't go to the grocery store because it's Christmas time. Don't. These banks. I did a thing on the bank and who designed the bank and everything.
Lorraine says, "I've killed my entire afternoon."
So, if you're on my YouTube channel, just Google Celebration, and you'll find some of my videos that I've done on all the buildings. But one of the big sore points for me is how the HOA is managed. When they use a outside contractor, they always go with the cheapest bid rather than the one that's in the middle. The cheapest bid said they made us a laughingstock in all of the country because they had direction signs that said Boston this way, 100,000 miles, this way to this city. For Disney, they said Walled Disney, WALD. Now, it was corrected within a couple of weeks, but that's what happens when you use the cheapest bidder. So there was even, for me, it was like, do I become a member of the town commission, or do I just leave? Because I'm not going to put up with that idiotic crap. And the guy's like, well, that's how we spell it where we're from. Well, you're not from there, We're not. This is ridiculous. Walled Disney. Look it up at WALD Disney Celebration. Get a nice laugh. So it was like, these are beautiful office buildings, I'll tell you. And this is the Carlisle, and these are in the front of the community. Some of them have garages. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that balcony there. Oh my God. I just want to know those people so I can sit out. Adorable. This is the Lakeshore Community Center. Now next week I'm not gonna. Next week I have customers on the weekend. So after that, I'll probably be back live. I'll tell you, it's tough for me to go live now because I've been to all these communities. So I'm waiting for some stuff to open up.
But we could do tours like this. I mean, where
we should do a tour of Winter Garden.
oh yeah,
I love the Winter Garden shopping area. It's on Plant Street. If you look up historic Winter Garden, you'll see it, and it's just as beautiful as this is.
they actually have a live stream from Plant Street in Winter Garden. I don't know who put it up, but it's up 24/7.
Oh wow!
Yep.
I didn't even know that.
Yep, you can. If you go on YouTube, I think you just put in Winter Garden live stream or Plant Street live stream, and you'll find it.
Oh,
Yeah.
we should put that on my website. As long as a realtor is not managing it, I'll do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is one of the most popular restaurants, the Columbia restaurant, and
Yeah, I think it's the Chamber of Commerce, by the way.
Chamber what?
That has that webcam.
Oh, okay, cool.
Something like that. Yeah.
We should do it.
Yeah.
Put it up there.
Yeah, this is an Italian restaurant?
No,
No. Spanish restaurant.
Cuban.
Cuban. Thank you.
And I have done, oh my gosh, I've done so many videos in here. This is so picturesque. And you have the tennis courts over there, basketball court. That's the pool area, which is, I mentioned.
What is this called again over here?
This is Lakeshore.
Lakeshore?
Lakeside.
Lakeside.
Lakeshore is Winter Garden.
Yeah. Lakeside.
But when they have events here, Christmas and their crafts fairs. They have crafts fairs here that are wonderful. They have
and you
art
can
and
walk.
wine festival.
You can
Oh,
walk
yeah.
all the way around this.
All the way. I used to
It is
bike.
beautiful.
Oh my God! I used to bike ride in here and go over this. Yeah, it's wonderful.
Now, how much does it cost to live in that community over there? If you can get in
What
there, Victor,
community?
right there, or is that a community?
Oh, you mean there?
Yeah. Sorry, that's attached to that. Yeah.
There's some one-bedroom units there that were in the 300s, but you're going to be 400 or 500s when you go, just like any of the other ones.
Right.
HOA fees are pretty high, but they have their own pool.
There's the wooden duck. Not a lot of people know that's a wooden duck.
I wouldn't let them know. It's a beautiful duck that sits out there.
The Gators know the difference, so they
Yeah.
would have had that duck a long time ago.
Yeah. Why do they do that?
Mm.
I'll have to ask on the celebration page. Here we go. Oh my God! Look at that.
Ah, yeah.
Isn't that beautiful? And it is such a shame, but it tells me where celebration is. I mean, that they actually closed down the movie theater and Lexan didn't sue them and say, no, you have to provide us with movies.
It's a
No.
it's a landmark that everybody knows.
They want their $20,000 a month, and I think it's disgusting.
Yep.
They
Yeah.
don't care because that used to bring in a lot of people. Now the issue is though that there's not a lot of place to park when the movie theater is open. So if they sell 100 tickets, where 100 people are going to? Well, 50 people are going to park.
37 people watching, Victor.
Isn't that amazing?
Keep talking.
And then
Oh, low battery, 20%. As soon as I said that, I jinxed it.
that's okay. We got to sign off.
But yeah,
Let's go to
let's
take
show
a
them the
look at this.
fountain.
Show them the fountain, and then show them my favorite place, Tilly's. But this is where it said Walt Disney.
Oh yeah, it Walled Disney.
Yeah, I'll never let them live that down. See Boston, 1,000.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What's that? What's that?
And then they still made a mistake. They don't have the miles, which should be 5 miles, right? And they've got a period after Disney. It's like that's
Yeah.
that's the management of celebration for you. So if you're someone who goes, these kind of things frustrate me. Big alligator.
I wonder if that's the one we saw the other day.
Well, why don't you go out and ask it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Why don't
he'd
you
agree.
Taunt it with a stick.
At least there's signs that say no taunting. Victor.
I don't care. I'll hold the camera.
Hold the camera. I'll send you right down in there.
Yeah, and then Kilwin's right there.
Yeah.
Great place to stop for.
Don't tell my daughter that. She's watching this. Every time I come here, I'm gonna have to stop for ice cream.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. All right, so why don't we sign off?
Yeah, this is as good a place as any, I guess.
Okay, thank you so much for watching today. If you want to get Kevin's information, go to www.travels.com.
That's actually my wife's site, but yeah.
And for me, Disney@yourdoorstep.com. But thank you so much for watching today. If you have any questions for me, go there and you can get all my links. You can get my email, my Facebook, my other channels, all there.
All right,
and my website.
Couple quick questions before we go, and then we're gonna go.
Okay.
All right. So, thank you. How far is the center of celebration from Disney Springs?
Disney Springs. Well, you go out here, I'd say 20 minutes.
At most, yeah. At most.
Depending on how you go. If you hopped on the 4, you'd get off at the 67. I used to go and get onto the World Drive and then go to Buena Vista and just drive right in. And that would be 20 minutes.
Yeah.
15, 20 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. I think that is.
I used to go door to door to Hollywood Studios in 12 minutes.
I think that covers.
Okay.
Keep up the excellent work. I've enjoyed your time. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you, Disney fam. Thank you, Safari 360s. Okay. Thank you, all of you guys. I'll let Victor talk.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Let's go. I'm going to find a closing. Whew. Making the dream of a Disney lifestyle a reality. I'm Victor Naraki. Contact me on Facebook @Naraki Realtor or my website, celebratingflorida.com. Thanks for watching Disney at Your Doorstep.